Just so you guys know, there's a brand new episode on my podcast, Let's Get Real, the podcast. It's for anyone. Don't forget to check it out. Available on all streaming platforms. New episodes every single Monday. And of course, my book, Mindfulness Through the Stars, is available in Target, Amazon, pretty much anywhere you can find books nationwide. Go check it out. It's a mindfulness guide to becoming a better you through your zodiac sign. Lastly, if you've ever wanted guidance, clarity, or spiritual advice of any kind, Keen is the place for you. With access to thousands of trusted psychics, clairvoyants, tarot readers, and more, Keen is here to help. Use my link in the description to claim 10 minutes of talk time for only $1.99. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ashley and I make astrology videos here on YouTube. Welcome back to another episode of the Zodiac Drive With Me series. In this series, I pretty much interview all of the zodiac signs and dig through their brain and figure out why they are the way they are. And I get a lot of explanations on their behaviors, their traits, and opinions on things. All right, so today we have an Aquarius. If you guys don't know, I'm an Aquarius, so I feel like Aquarius conversations are always super deep, super chill, very, very easy. I've never met an Aquarius that I can't talk to or that I feel like I don't connect with them in any way. So I'm pretty excited to pick apart his brain. So one more thing before we get into the video and before we pick Daniel up. I will be quick, I promise. I just have a quick thing that I want to share with you that I think you guys will love. So if you're not new to my channel, then you're probably familiar with Keen. Keen is a website and app that gives you access to thousands and thousands of different types of psychics, clairvoyants, tarot readers, astrologers, and so much more. If you're looking to get some guidance, clarity, or wisdom on your love life, your career, your future, anything of that sort, then Keen is the place for you. I love Keen because if I ever need some spiritual advice, then I can go on and find a trusted psychic that has all the answers for me. I definitely think it's something that you guys should try out. In fact, I actually have a discount for you guys. So if you use the link in my description, you're gonna get a 10-minute reading for only $1.99. Do you know how many answers you can get in 10 minutes? You can ask a lot of questions in 10 minutes. And for $2, that's a steal. Buy a cup of coffee, get some wisdom and clarity on your life. So if you guys are interested in checking out Keen, make sure to click the link in my description to claim the offer. And thank you to Keen for sponsoring this video. All right, back to the drive with me. All right guys, so I'm here with Dante Carter. He's an Aquarius. He's been on my channel before. Yep. A long time ago.
Actually.
That was like 3-4 years ago, I think.
I think so, actually.
Yeah. Like that's when you had your afro.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Crap. We did like the gaming or something.
No,
like
that one never went up.
That never went up?
I didn't like it because I fucking embarrassed myself. I was so bad at the game. Yeah, so I'm just like, fuck this. Okay. But yeah, so this is Dante Carter. Do you want to talk about yourself? Do you want to give a little intro?
Yeah, I'm a musician, rapper, mainly, also a singer as well, but...
I didn't know you were a singer.
I have a little bit of that. No worries. I have a little bit of singing too. I'm not like a main singer, but like a little rap singing in there. But yeah, no, musician from Mississauga. I've been dropping music for about like 4 years, and yeah, I've been dropping music recently in the summer every 2 weeks right now. We kind of got that going on. Yeah, and we're getting some music videos going, and we got a tape dropping in a couple months. So yeah, it's mainly me, and you guys should definitely go check it out if you like hip-hop and R&B, of course. A little bit of that, just a little bit of modern, but I'm also a lyricist, so that's like the main focus right there.
And he's actually good. Like he's not a regular, you know, there's so many people who say they're rappers and they just no, he's actually very good. So definitely check him out. So he is an Aquarius, like I said. He is, what did you say your chart was again?
So I'm an Aquarius sun, and then moon is Scorpio, and then my rising is Virgo. Yeah, so if you guys are curious, I know everybody usually asks that. Maybe I should have done that. A lot of people ask that, so now you guys know. But today we're just gonna go into some questions. I'm gonna ask him some stuff. He's gonna read the questions that you guys sent in. All right, let's go. Okay, so the first one I got here. Is it true that you're just not as emotional as other signs? I am very emotional, actually.
Really?
I'm very emotional.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm emotional, but mainly my emotions will go into like my music, which is good. Like that's where I kind of just let it out. But also like when I'm watching like a movie or something, I will get emotional with the kind of like...
Do you cry?
Nah, I'm not. I don't know. I just like don't cry anymore. I used to cry when I was younger, maybe. Like if it's death, I'll cry. You know what I mean? But like... I feel like it just doesn't happen. I don't know if I've shut that off, you know what I mean? But not really.
What about like breakups and stuff?
Like not really. I'll get like really hearted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my heart will be hurting.
Yeah.
But like crying, no, I'll just sit there. I'm really just in like a deep state where I'm sobbing, but I'm not like actually crying, you know?
So you feel like literal
I feel the
heartbreak.
pain.
Yeah.
I feel the pain, but like the thing that'll get me cry is literally just if I got like really wasted. That'll just like,
really?
I feel like that's what it is. I feel like I've just closed it off, you know?
That's interesting.
I'm not sure, but I am emotional with my music. Like that's really where it all goes into, to be honest.
Yeah, that makes sense. Your lyrics are very deep, so I can see that.
Yeah, just because like there's a lot of pain you want to put into the art, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
I think that's a big thing that like you should be doing. But
do people ever think that you're heartless? Like, do you give off that appearance, or like are you actually just like open with your emotions and people know you're emotional?
I don't know, if you're really intuitive, I feel like you'll be able to kind of get where I'm coming from in that sense. But yeah, a lot of people don't read me for some reason. Like they'll think like they don't know exactly what my character is and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe they don't think I'm emotional in that sense because like they just give like that, oh, you're light skinned, blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that dumb stereotypical shit. But yeah, a little bit of that.
And you know what though? I feel like Aquarius are like a box of surprises. I feel like people don't know what they're gonna get when they meet an Aquarius. They like, I feel like we're like more than meets the eye. Like you think you know them, and then there's like so much more to us that people would not expect. And it's really interesting. And we also have this thing where we're like, I don't know if you're like this too, but I know Aquarius in general are on like opposite sides of the spectrum on things. So what I mean by that is like, for example, if I am super quiet and shy, like I can also be super outgoing and loud. Like it's one or the other. It depends on the day.
That's actually true though, because I feel like a part of me is like being like a musician or something, like an entertainer in general, you have to be kind of, I mean not really, but it's good to be outgoing and everything and outspoken and all that. But there's a part of me sometimes where you'll go to a function and you'll just like, wait, why am I even shy in this situation? You know what I mean? Like sometimes it happens. I feel like it just depends. Like it's little different situations, but yeah, it's a little bit of both. But I do definitely agree that Aquarius, yeah, from my perspective, people never think that I'll be playing like video games, like in the sense of like I'm a big Nintendo fan, things like those, and then like I'll be making rap music, and then I'll be like a Star Wars fan, like you know what I mean? People don't expect that thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
it's true.
It's a bit of both.
Would you say you're shy or outgoing?
I'm way more outgoing, to be honest.
Yeah?
Just like I have a shy side. I'm not gonna act like I don't, but like I just feel like with people, I'm just ready to talk to you, to be honest, because I just enjoy a lot of conversation. You know what I mean? Like you used to always get in trouble for talking too much, you know? So yeah, no, I'm definitely. How about you?
I was shy.
Yeah.
And I worked on it a lot in the past 2 years. And I think that I've kind of broken out of it, so I don't like identify as like being a shy person anymore, but I definitely still have a little bit in me when I am in certain situations.
That's what I feel, yeah.
Yeah, but now I'm not shy the way that I used to be. Now I can talk to strangers a lot better. I can interact with people. Like if I'm at a function, I can network. Before I couldn't do any of that. Like you probably didn't even notice me in high school because I was so to myself. I was shy. I was very shy. Nobody really took me in. Yeah, okay, so this is kind of like based off the emotional one too. So why do Aquarians tend to block emotional support when they're sad? So do you feel like when you're upset, you don't let people in, you don't let people support or be there for you, and you feel like you just need to deal with everything on your own?
Yeah, I do. I don't know, I don't like to like ask too many people for help. I feel like I gotta do it on my own. Yeah. And I've learned that for myself. Just like I feel like it actually kind of can ruin you, to be honest, when you think you should do everything on your own, and then the moment you like I've went into situations where like I feel like it's been like 7 months where I'll just be going through a lot, and then the moment I ask like 1-2 people for help, I'm like, it's so much better. Yeah. It's so much better. You literally ask them for help, and it's not even like it's random people. It's literally like the people that you know are gonna help you in those situations. You know what I mean? It's so true. I feel like it's a sense of pride too, where you don't want to like go down that road where you're like, I don't really need no one. I can do this on my own. And you also want to feel like you can do it on your own for growth, maybe. You know what I mean? Yes. Or you feel like there's nothing they can do, so there's no point in asking. Yes. Even though there is something they can do. It's like 100%. A weird thing that we tell ourselves. And I feel like I constantly just feel like no one's gonna help me but me. And then it's exactly what you said. I go through the same thing where like the second I talk to someone, suddenly like things feel better. It literally feels better. Why didn't I just do this before? And it is a lot of pride. 100%. Like when you let go of your pride, you can actually go like a lot farther, to be honest. Yeah, I finally let go of my pride like 2 years ago, and
my life changed because I just like sat down one day and I realized like nothing good comes from pride. Nothing. So what's the point?
Yeah. Like it's too much. It's such a bad trait for you to have and everything, and like you could just go further with letting go of that, because then you can get past like problems where you feel like you're the one that's in, you feel like everyone else is in the wrong, but then you know a part of you is the wrong. So if you actually apologize and get past your pride, the situation or the relationship could be better. You know what I mean?
Speaking of that, I have a question. Are you defensive?
Yes.
Me too.
I'm so defensive. It's actually so annoying.
Oh
it's
my
so annoying.
God.
Sometimes I'm like, why the fuck am I even defensive in this situation?
God. I'm the same, and I literally like think back and I'm like, why did I react? Why do it like I get so defensive? Sometimes I feel like people are just out to get me, and it's all in my head.
It's so much in your head, and like that's such a thing where I try to work on actually.
Yes.
But I don't know, it's like a part of me, and I don't know why it's happening, but I know that like a lot of people that I'm around, or like family, friends, they're like, we don't want to say this to you because you're defensive.
Yeah, like people feel like they have to walk on eggshells sometimes.
And I'm like, yo, I'm not trying. I've been working on it, like actually the last like 3 years, let's just say.
What is your top like favorite sign, and what is your least favorite sign from what you know?
From what I know?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll start with my least, because I know that for sure is a Scorpio.
I fucking knew it.
A Scorpio is my worst, because I've had so many situations where I'm like, why the fuck do I keep talking to Scorpio about stuff?
Scorpios are the devil.
Yo, they're evil.
They're evil. They're emotional. Evil. They're stressful.
Yo, they're just like manipulative. But for me, Scorpios, I've just felt like they just fuck me over every time. I feel like I get fucked over by Scorpios.
I find
they're
them,
toxic as
they
fuck.
Can be really toxic. The unevolved ones. The evolved ones are good.
Yeah.
But the unevolved are super toxic.
I had a lot of girlfriends that were like Scorpios, and we actually like got along a lot.
Girlfriends or girlfriends?
Girls that are friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could have platonic relationships with them, but not romantic.
Yeah, no romantic, to be honest. It just doesn't work out for me.
Who's your favorite?
Cancer.
Yeah.
I like click with it. Like it's just a vibe every time.
Cancers are moody.
Okay.
But they're really nice and they're really chill. They're considerate. Like I get along with Cancers too, I think because of my rising. Okay. But I just find them like so moody.
My friend's not moody. Like at all, actually, which is crazy. Maybe it goes off his moon sign, maybe. How do you get an Aquarius to open up about past/feelings?
That one's hard.
That is hard. I think it definitely takes a lot. The past, for me, I like to bury it because I've gotten over it and I've like moved past it, into, you know what I mean? Yeah. And like feelings too, like I feel like with the generational, like the way generation is right now, you kind of like, it's almost like feelings are getting pushed down in general. Yeah. So for me, I kind of like feel like that's what's kind of happening. That's why I put it in my music. But to open up, honestly, a lot of the times when I open up, I'm drinking. I can't even front. Like
that's how I used to be too.
Yeah, like I think that's a piece of it, but it depends on the person. I think if it's the right person that's talking to you and you're ready to talk to me, and we have like just a relaxing, stimulating conversation, then I'm able to open up to you. But you got to show me that you want to open up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like if you're boxed in, it's kind of hard to be opening up to someone that's already boxed in as well, you know?
When it comes to vulnerability, do you feel like you embrace it, or do you think that you kind of like to suppress it a little bit?
I think it's a mix. I used to suppress it a lot when I was younger. But when you grow older, I feel like you understand yourself a little bit more if you actually start to grow.
Yeah, like exactly.
Internal growth in that sense. So being vulnerable is actually a good thing in a sense. Like
I think it's a strength.
Yeah. I think if you know how to handle it and not get taken advantage of, you know what I mean, in that sense? Because a lot of people will take advantage, but if you know how to like protect your energy and understand like you cannot access me in certain areas, because you have to be able to do that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can't let people get all aspects of you,
no,
or they'll know too much of your vulnerabilities, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and people will use that against you. The wrong people will, because not everyone has like good intentions, of course.
Exactly. But if it's like the right person, like let's say it's like a close friend I've had, or my, you know, my parents or my sister or something, it's not bad. Like you just gotta know, you gotta pick and choose, to be honest. I think that's what life is about, right?
Yeah, that's true.
How about you though? with like vulnerabilities and such?
I feel like I really embrace vulnerability. I didn't used to. Like I went through like a lot of growth in that time that I was like going through it that I told you about.
Yep.
And I worked on myself a lot, and I learned how to be like more vulnerable and open and embracing to vulnerability.
Yep.
And it made me over emotional, I won't lie. Like now I find that I'm more emotional than I used to be, but I see like the strength and grace in it. And for me, like that's okay, because like there's always like ups and downs, and I like to just like let emotions flow through me rather than suppress them, because I used to suppress a lot, and like it made me a very hostile person.
It does make you hostile. I used to, like anger like a lot, and I realized when I let emotions flow, like you said, I feel like the anger goes away in that sense, because you're allowing, if you keep holding it in, it's gonna just blow in like a fuse, you know what I mean? It's just gonna come out one time, and then whoever's on the other end of it is gonna be like, why the hell did that just happen? Or how do you think you could just do that to me? But they don't even know, well, depending on the person, of course, they don't even know what you were going through in that sense, you know what I mean? So I know what you're saying, and like that's the biggest thing, where like if you have an outlet, in the sense, for me it's the music, so I can put it all in there. It's so nice to just release. You know, people use the gym, you know, people use different things to release all that tension of what they have, you know.
I don't even know what I use.
Yeah, think about it actually.
I think my channel, my smaller channel, I'll usually do like some type of video when I'm going through it. It'll be like a video of me talking about like pain or this or that, where I'm like getting emotional, I'm just like opening up. I think that's my outlet.
That's good.
Or just writing, like journaling, because I journal a lot.
Journaling is really good.
Yeah.
I do like a little bit of journaling, but I also do I do voice notes, because like I don't know, so
I do videos. It's
good. It's good to be like verbally letting it out too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I go on like a ride in my car
and you just talk,
and
right?
I'll just talk for like 30 minutes to an hour sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I do on my phone.
Nice.
I just make videos on my phone that I don't ever post, and I just literally have like my whole life in my phone. Like I remember when I moved, I made this like 20-minute video of me talking about moving and stuff, and it was like super emotional. Like nobody's ever seen it. It's just easy. When you say it out loud, it just kind of like, it's a release. Yes,
and like you go to sleep thinking that like all the stuff in your head, if you don't let it out, you know what I mean? That's so bad, because you'll sit there and just, okay, this is going on, this is going on. But if you let it out and then go to sleep, and then like you meditate on it a little bit, I feel like you can control it. But can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. How honest is an Aquarius woman?
I think very honest. Okay. I personally don't lie, and every Aquarius that I know is super authentic.
Yep.
And the females in general, like we're just so unapologetically ourselves, so like we don't really have the energy to be like dishonest or like not be ourselves or lie and things like that. Like in my last relationship, I was just fucking open about everything. I was honest about everything. I literally didn't lie. My parents, I don't lie. I'd rather like when I was younger just like get in trouble.
Yep.
Just like super honest in general. I feel like if there's one thing about Aquarius, I just feel like we don't lie.
Who wants to deal with it too?
It's so hard to keep up with.
And then you lie about one thing and you just got to keep adding lies on lies. And it's just like, yo, first, for me, the biggest thing I learned of a lesson for that is like literally having any lie in a past relationship that led to you have to keep lying, and I'm like, okay, I'm never doing this like ever again in my life. And most of the time I feel like for me, relationships, especially with that, like I never wanted to lie, but when you get lied to, it's so whack, because you feel like you're not giving me the truth, so why am I going to give you the truth?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's a little bit of that, but most of the time I don't even lie, because like first off, I don't want to lie to anyone like that. That's the first thing. But second, like I don't even have time to keep up with those lies. Like,
our brains are already overwhelmed and scattered.
Yeah, like I have too much to think about. So you think I'm gonna think about all the lies I kept up with?
No, that's too much energy. And I also suck at lying too.
Me too.
Like I'll just look stupid. Even if I tell a little white lie for some reason, like I always just feel so stupid. I can't do it.
Yeah,
no, lying. I really don't think it's a big thing for Aquarius. Like we don't really do it.
Do you always feel left out or like the odd one out?
Oh, I like that one.
I felt like that. I don't feel always, you know what I mean? I always felt like that when I was young.
Yeah, me too.
If it's like 4 of my boys and I'm not invited, I'm like, bro, why am I not invited to this, you know? But that was like more when I was younger.
Yeah.
And it feels like you just feel away, and it's just like it's not even controllable at that point, where when you're like young, you're like, why are all my boys out but I'm not with them?
I used to take it so personally.
I took it so personal when I was younger. I was like, oh my god, why am I like, are we all boys? or you guys' voice right now.
Like, why not me? Like, what did I do to you guys?
Nah, yeah, I think like when I was younger more. Now I feel like, you know, being like our age, it doesn't like bother me when it's like, it makes sense, you know what I mean? But if it's like all my dogs right now and they're all linking, they go somewhere and like I'm the only one that doesn't get invited, I'll be like, okay, I would literally just question. I still
feel away today.
I would question it. I'll be like, okay, wait, what's going on? But then there's a part of me that's just like, yeah, it's not that serious.
For me, I kind of take it a little personally, but I don't show it anymore.
No, I feel like the more I grew up and I was just like, okay, like it doesn't really matter because there's usually a reason. But if you feel like, if it's like constantly you're not like invited, I feel like there has to be a reation. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's not really happening if you have the right people. You get a smaller circle when you grow up, right? Why do Aquarians make jokes nobody understands? So I actually have someone like close to me that's an Aquarius, and she makes jokes where like I just don't know what's going on.
Really? People just like don't really get my humor because my humor is really specific, and like the people that get it think I'm hilarious, but then the people that don't just think I'm weird.
But that's exactly what it is. I feel like that's me with like the girl I'm talking about, where I'm like, yeah, that's funny.
Like, what is she talking about? Oh my god, how many people fake laugh at what I say? I'm wondering now. Like, fuck. Are you sarcastic? Yeah.
Like bear.
It's a really big Aquarius thing. We're really sarcastic, and we're also hypocrites. Are you a hypocrite?
Yeah.
I'm the biggest fucking hypocrite.
I'm you know, okay, a hypocrite, but also like the one, I don't know if this is an Aquarius trait, but like, yo, like I've noticed in myself that I've been pretty selfish a lot of my life.
That's, oh my god, that literally like ruined my last relationship.
It's bad, but I've been working on it, but understanding like, yo, when I like took it to myself to be like, yo, I'm actually selfish. Oh my god. And my family has told me that I'm selfish, so I'm like, it's good to hear from the family in the sense of like, they're gonna be real with you, you know what I mean? So my sister has been like, Daniel, you are selfish, or Dante, you are selfish. And I'm like, well, tell me why. But then like I wrote like little things about it, you know, you journal and everything, and you kind of just nitpick yourself. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, I am selfish, because situations where I'm like, I want it all to be about getting like, let's say my music done or something about my art, but then there's other people that'll need my help, and I'll be like, I want to help you, but my mind is like, I don't care. That's so bad. Like where I'm like, it's like a working thing, you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's a trait I felt. How about you?
Oh, I 100% resonate with that. I think I've been working through it a lot recently. But me, I have selfish tendencies. Yeah. I used to be really selfish. Like it was bad, and I didn't even know it. I think that was the worst part. I was not self-aware.
You're not aware.
Oh my god, and I was just like, I was just selfish, and like nobody really told me. It's not their responsibility to tell me. Not, but I realized one day, and I was just like, oh my god, like I make everything about me. And I'm so wrapped up in my own world, and I prioritize all my own things, and I didn't really think about other people. Yeah. And it was getting bad. Like I was like hurting people without knowing it, and now I've worked through it a lot, like therapy and just like a lot of introspection. Yep. So I don't consider myself to be that person anymore, thank God. But that's I do almost slip into it sometimes, and now I'm aware, and I can tell myself like, okay, no, that's selfish. Don't do that.
When you're aware, especially, then you start like actually getting better with it. Yeah. And I feel like that was me too, where I was like, when I realized it too, especially, it was a lot like when maybe even like 2016, I was like, bro, what am I doing right now? Like, why do Aquarians show interest at first and then not care at all? Oh. Yeah, that's definitely me. Mm-hmm. Okay, like it's like, for me, I feel like a lot of things that I don't want it to be, but like I feel like life is a game at a point where like I'm having fun in the beginning, I got my adrenaline, I got my dopamine going, like you know, I'm stimulated, and then it's just like when I almost like get what I want, I'm like, I don't care.
I also think that's a man thing too.
That could be, actually. I'm really bad at texting.
I'm so bad at texting. I'm so bad at Everyone texting. In my life knows I don't reply. Like I will see a whole paragraph and I will not reply, and I'll reply 3 weeks later. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, I forgot to message you back. I can't do it. So then what I started doing now is voice notes, because I feel like if it's voice notes, I'm more likely to reply faster. I hate texting.
I just don't like texting.
I'm terrible at it.
I'm off it. Like I'm not. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. If I'm really interested, like let's say like, you know, opposite sex, I'm interested in the girl, I'm probably texting you, but most of the time I would rather just plan to link up, we chill, and that's how I want to like talk, you know what I mean? Like I'm sure like a lot of people are like that, but I'm saying like some people just like to text because you don't have to respond right away and everything, and I'm just not the same person for that. And I feel like I've had situations where like I'll be posting on my story on Instagram or something and I don't respond.
Me
and then
too.
just get mad. Like someone will get mad, or they'll just be like, and it's not even relationships only. It's literally the fact like friends, the girls that are friends, like even my homies will be like, yo, so what's going on? What are you saying?
People, I think they finally just accepted who I am now, and they just know like I will ignore you all day. I will post on my story with no shame, and we'll talk in 4 days when I feel like replying. I'll give you a reason behind the question. So with me being like an Aquarius, I experienced a lot of people always thinking I was judging them, and thinking that I always have something to say about what they do, and like people would be afraid to like tell me things like, oh, I'm talking to my ex again because like I'm judgy. And I never feel like I'm judgy. Like I don't consider myself to be a judgmental person, but I've been told it so many times in my past because I give off this vibe that like I always feel like I have to have a say and dictate what goes on. And like, do you feel like you are judgmental, or you get like perceived as that ever?
I'm like a mix. So I feel like I'm pretty strong with my beliefs. So I feel like if you're kind of like off a little bit with what I don't believe, I'm open-minded to certain situations as well, but at the same time I don't even mean to almost, but it happens. It's just like I almost like judge in a sense, like I try not to, but they almost get that energy where they're like, why are you judging what I'm doing?
Even if you're not judging, it still gives the energy,
yeah,
right?
it's like the energy behind it, you know what I mean? That's a big thing. So I feel like I've gotten that as well, and I guess like little people have told me that. I don't know where it comes from, but that's also things you work on yourself. But I guess that could be an Aquarius trait, like you know. But for me, I've definitely felt that.
I also want to hear your thoughts on the strong mindset point.
Strong mindset, I feel like for me, I've witnessed people that don't have strong mindsets. So then I look at it in perspective. I'm like, I'm glad that I can go through that and then overcome it where someone else can't. So what you consume like visually too, what you listen to, there's so many things that are gonna actually affect your mind. And then it's like right there, strong mindset. If you know how to actually control that, where like people don't even know to journal or something, that could help them in so many ways. Meditating, I meditate as well to like, I meditate on my purpose, but I also meditate on like just life situations, right? So I think that's like the big part of just having a strong mindset. You can overcome all these things that people try to influence everyone. So if you know how to like keep your mindset strong, that's just how I feel, you know. Addictive personality. Okay, let me ask that. So do you as an Aquarius believe that you have an addictive personality?
Yeah, I do. I also think as an Aquarius, like I tend to get really hyper fixated on things and like addicted to things. I have ADD, so I also think that's an ADD trait. Where I just get... Oh, do you actually? No way.
I mean, not confirmed, but I feel like I do.
Oh, okay.
You actually are like...
Yeah, I was like...
okay, sorry to take it away from you like
it's
that.
Okay, I don't care.
But people literally say it to me all the time, and I try really hard to focus, but...
You should look into it. It actually gives so much clarity when you find out if you do have it, because then you learn how to cope with it.
Okay.
Like I ended up on Adderall, and like it was fucking great.
Adderall like puts me like super focused, right?
It was great. It was amazing. It helped me through university so much, but then like I'm going off on a tangent now, but like Adderall is amazing.
ADD, addictive personality.
Oh yes, addictive personality. Here I'm talking about Adderall. What the fuck? Oh my god. Okay, so with the addictive personality, I think that I do hyperfixate on things, and I think that I am just like super obsessive sometimes. Like this is a dumb example, but my friend put me on to hazelnut gelato a couple of weeks ago, and I had the hazelnut gelato every single day. I went to the fucking place and I got it every day. Then I bought a pint, and then I finished the pint. It's an ADD trait.
I do that.
Like you just over obsess.
And then you'll just like have it once and you're like, this is amazing. So I'll just make it a million times until I get sick of it.
And then you're just, one day you're just, I'm done.
I'm done.
I don't want to look at it
I got my fix.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Okay, I think I literally have it.
You should look into it. It's very free.
Into that because that is actually exactly what happens with me too.
Yeah.
I'll literally I'll just, okay, so I'll cook something new, and then I'm like, this is amazing. I have to cook this a million times now. And then I'm like, fuck, I'm off this now. Like, I've eaten it so many times, so I'm done with it, right?
Are you someone that can, like, okay, so for me, I like to go to dinners and lunches alone sometimes. Like, I'll just, like, my go-to spot is Earl's.
Okay.
When I'm like sad, I'll go to Earl's, I'll have a fettuccine alfredo and a rum and coke, and I'll just sit alone and like vibe by myself. Do you ever do that?
I actually don't.
No. Would you do it?
I would do that. It actually sounds fun.
It's
like that
great.
actually sounds fun.
It is great. I don't go on my phone too much when I do that. I just put my AirPods in. I usually think. I listen to music and I just sit alone.
That's a vibe though.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's actually a vibe.
I always used to go to Earl's and like I think they thought I was like sad, but like I kind of was. It's my go-to when I'm sad. But now I still like I haven't done it since patios opened back up. But like I really enjoy it. Cactus Club. I go to Cactus Club and just sit there.
People think you're like a loser if you do that stuff. It's actually
which is crazy, but like I'm just chilling. Like I like to be alone.
I mean, people think you're like a loser if you go to the movies alone.
I would do that. I went to New York alone. I had a great time. I went to the museums
I think trips alone are amazing.
It was great.
I think that's a great idea for people.
Like, everyone should do it.
I think so too, because there's no like, okay, I want to go here. No, I want to go here. Like usually you'll be, if you find the right people, you'll be on a good trip and you'll go in the same places. But when you have yourself on a trip in like, let's say you go to Europe or something. Yeah. You're going to literally do whatever you want completely. You know what I mean? Exactly. And you might meet the right people where you're like, okay, that's what I wanted to do. Usually do meet a lot of people on trips, but no, I do enjoy my own company. I've never really been the type to like go to like dinners alone, really. I'm not gonna lie, but I definitely would do that. That sounds like, it just sounds like good.
Yeah, it's nice. Fun, it's really nice, and you can talk to the server, make conversation. It's nice. They're usually more open to talk to you because they know they're not interrupting something.
Exactly.
So like you just talk to a stranger and it's fun.
It's chill.
Yeah.
Just gotta be with yourself sometimes, to be honest. I mean, you're 100%. Only with yourself.
Why are Aquarius so unreadable? Why do you feel, okay, first of all, do you feel like you're, oh, my glasses just fell off my head. Do you feel like you're unreadable?
Yeah. I mean, maybe, I think the right person can read me, but maybe that has to be like the right sign. You know what I mean?
I think it's also like intuition and empath type of stuff. Like someone like me, I can read people really well.
Me too.
That's why I noticed that you were like twitching and like freaking out.
You can see it, yeah. You can almost feel it.
Yeah, I can tell when people are uncomfortable. I can tell when people are awkward. I can read things really well, but my intuition is really good and I'm an empath.
I feel like a lot of women are more intuitive than men. Not even to jab men at that, but no, but like literally, but like I was raised with all women.
Oh yeah.
Like 3 sisters and a mother.
Oh my god.
So like my intuition is on like this because of that.
Yeah.
So imagine I'm literally, don't get me wrong, I was raised around my cousin, which is a guy, and like 3 of my uncles as well. So it's like I've always had guys with me, but when you've been raised with literally girls your whole life, it's like there's things where I don't even know why I'm so intuitive that I've understood now growing up.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I feel like that's just more of a women thing because I'm not exactly sure why, but I'm very intuitive because of that.
I think that is an Aquarius thing too, though.
Yeah?
Super intuitive, super like, a lot of Aquarius are spiritual. They just know things. They can read people, but, oh yeah, but they can't be read. So do you feel like people can't read you? And if so, why?
I think like people can read me, but I'm not easy to read. I don't think I'm easy to read, but I also find myself good at acting. I'm very good at acting. And like,
in what type of scenario?
I can make you literally think, like, if, to be honest, I feel like I can make a girl think that I like her for like 2 months. Like, no lie.
Why do you know that? How often do you do that?
I don't do that. I've actually done that when I was younger in like high school.
I'm terrified of men.
No, you should be terrified of some
guys.
I'm
terrified of men.
And I'm not like that anymore. Like I've had that though. But I've had that literally like
a lot of guys really are like that. Like,
but that's where the acting comes from though.
That's so scary.
It's really bad.
That is so scary. And those are the girls that like, oh, that's a whole other conversation.
That's a whole, but like no, literally like I can also make you just like, I can just make you believe me, like.
So you can manipulate really well.
I can manipulate well.
Me too.
Very well.
I don't like to practice it, but I know that if I ever need to, I can.
I can do it. Like, it's also like watching the certain things too, though. If I can analyze something and be like, how did they do this, and then just mimic it. And like I've been like told you should try acting, and like I feel like that's an entertainer role in general. So if you actually look at rappers, they're like actors too.
Yeah,
they're pretty much actors.
They're probably a whole different person outside of like their rapper persona. Yeah, exactly.
It's a whole persona. So it's like separate Daniel Bartram from Dante Carter. Think about it.
Is that why you decided to have a stage name, so you could kind of like step into a new version of yourself, like an alter ego in a way?
Yeah, it's like an alter ego, but at the same time, it's like this is who you get while I'm making music. You still get the aspects of like my true self is Daniel Bartram, and as weird as it sounds for people, you know what I mean, you want to show, you don't want to show everything to everyone, you know what I mean, you want to show a piece of yourself.
That's why I go by Ashley Flores online. It's my mom's last name, but I like to separate that, and just like only people that know me know my real last name.
Yeah.
But like Ashley Flores is like my brand, and it's kind of like I'm in a different role in a way. Okay guys, so the camera died, but we are gonna wrap up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We've been talking for a long time, but I feel like we got a lot of good footage. We got a lot of good conversation.
We actually did, yeah.
Yeah, so what are your final thoughts on like the whole experience and like everything about it?
My final thoughts on this, it was I liked how in depth we were, and just like learning about, you know, my sign in general, like being an Aquarius, it opened me up. And definitely I didn't even know some of these things about myself, but just from your experience and everything, and you actually being into astrology and everything, it made me actually get, it just makes me more interested, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So no, it was good, and just I gained a lot of knowledge from it too, right?
Good,
just,
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I also think it helps that I'm an Aquarius, because I feel like we related on a lot of things.
Oh, 100%. Like so many things where we actually like had, it was a male and female's perspective, right? So I would recommend anyone trying to like get more in-depth in astrology, just to actually find yourself. Yeah. Just because it's actually helping me a little, it's helping me a little bit. So yeah, it was cool.
And if you ever need to do that, you buy Mindfulness Through the Stars.
Facts. And I read that, and that's actually fire. And I wrote like so much on it.
That makes me so happy.
It actually helped me. I was like, when it like, it put me in a mode where I was like, whoa.
Were you triggered?
I was triggered. I was actually triggered.
I want people to read it and be like, I do that.
Yo, that's exactly what it was. I was like, when I got to the point where I was like answering questions about myself, I'm like, I actually don't know that. Whoa, wait, that's exactly what I mean.
Oh my
I was
God.
tripping. I was like, oh man, you got me thinking right here.
I love that. That makes me happy.
And the quality of the book was fire. Everything was like super. I just liked the book. The book was actually super dope.
It's so tiny, right?
It was nice. It was just, it's like nice to just have in a collection, you know?
Yeah, I have them all scattered around my book. And then there's one more thing. I want you to tell them something like to leave with from this video. It can either be like a thought you have, advice, something to do with your sign. Like what would you say to the Aquarius out there?
To the Aquarius out there?
And it doesn't have to be too specific to like Zodiac. Like you just general thought.
Just one thing I would say is keep pushing, being open-minded, and don't go for Scorpios.
Don't go for Scorpios. Do not go for Scorpios.
Especially being an Aquarius.
Do not go for Scorpios.
They just don't work out.
Oh my God. Great advice. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, all that stuff. Where can they find you?
You can find me on all social media platforms, DanteCarter.cc, and on music platforms, just Dante Carter. And that's with the O in the Dante.
It'll all be linked below. If you want to check out my socials or anything like that, you can check that out in the description as well. But with that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Peace.